let's get it started. So, this is a sci-fi colony building game. There's probably going to be some voice here in a sec. Maybe not. It's got sandbox mode, like you can just, set your own sort of objectives, but it's also got these campaign missions. Here's the flavor text.
Sandy Gulch Colony, Governor. This colony has...
Commander, I've got a situation here.
What is it, Calandra?
I'm exploring the cave networks around the colony, and I think I saw something. There was a...
Calandra, you are not authorized to go exploring. Jack has the sole authority to authorize expeditionary missions. Calandra, what's happening down there? Calandra, do you copy? Her transponder stopped. She's in trouble. Jack? Jack, are you online?
I'm here, Vori.
Jack, I need you to get down to the Sandy Gulch colony with a medevac unit immediately. Calandra decided to go on an unauthorized exploration mission.
Oh no, that's not...
Yeah, we can build a Petra over here.
Yeah, my feelings exactly. I'm sending you the last known location of her transponder signal.
I'm on my way.
All right, Governor. Looks like we've got a situation on our hands. Do what you can to grow the colony. I'll let you know what you can do to help.
Alright, good. Okay, I'll just put a little pause in. Actually, I guess I can pause it this way. Whoo! The game real world was built after please read out loud. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what you're trying to say. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, the Yogscast Civ videos were a heck of a lot of fun to record. It was a little rough because I had to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do it because it was an early morning British time thing. One of the players is out in BC. I think he just stayed up instead. So he's like starting at like, midnight or whatever it was. So yeah, those were pretty wonky hours, but it was a good game. It made me realize how little about Civ 5 I remembered. It was like my opening was a disaster. It was just terrible. And that's one of the reasons that last Wednesday, not the Wednesday that just went by because I was gone, but the Wednesday before, I live streamed some Civ 5 because I'm like, I miss Civ 5. Also, I don't like not knowing how to play anymore, so let's get that restarted. But enough about that. We're going to be playing some Aven Colony here. So again, we're in the second of the campaign missions. There's also 2 sort of pure tutorial missions, but honestly the campaign missions are pretty tutorial-y, at least these first 2. Not all game features will be unlocked yet, like expeditions over here. Our current... Okay, the tooltip is being hidden, but you'll have to trust me that it says, no, you can't use this yet. It'll be unlocked at the end of this mission, or if you can sandbox play. So yeah, it's a sci-fi colony building game. The idea is... this is some sort of alien planet, and this one looks pretty cool, I think we can all agree on. And there's a colony ship that's still in orbit, so there's like, I don't know, thousands of colonists in the spaceship in orbit, and our job is to get the surface world ready. And as we improve things like farming, things like habitation, healthcare, entertainment, so on and so forth, and we set up a proper station. I don't remember what it's called. It's the immigration center. More and more people will come to the surface of the planet and immigrate down here. So we're going to see how it goes. And yeah, there's, because it's the campaign, there's a bit of a story. One of the characters is lost investigating, I think, one of these pits here, so we'll see how that goes. Whether you play the campaign or the sandbox, you will get these missions. In the campaign, some of the missions are a little bit more sort of campaign storyline oriented, but there's still this sort of thing even in the sandbox where they're asking you to build certain things, trade certain things back up to the colony ship, and so on and so forth, a little reward. So it always gives a little bit more structure to the game, which I think is solid. Yeah, I don't know, like, it has a sandbox mode outside of the campaign. I don't know if that's free build. Maybe there's an option for unlimited, resources or not. I don't know. That I can't say. We just got a tip in. Who dat? It's Samiani. Thank you very much. Love from Finland. Well, cheers and thank you very much, Samiani. Appreciate that. How's the weather in Finland right now? You're probably still having really, really long days, aren't you? So, we have a mission to build a geothermal generator. That sounds swell. So, there's a lot of different ways to generate power. Wind, solar, and there's geothermal as well. There happens to be a geothermal vent right over here, which is probably why this campaign gave us the mission to do that. That sounds like a pretty good idea. Right now, this vent is leaking as well as toxic gases into the atmosphere, which this intake fan is probably sucking in partially. So by building a geothermal generator here, we can prevent that. Now, there's still a lot of these industrial buildings do still generate a little bit lower air quality inside your base, which can then be countered by the vent. As far as I can tell, the vents can suck in toxic air from open geothermal vents, but once they're sealed up, I don't think it's much of an issue. So we will see. So we'll do that. So what do we have in our starting base? We've got this construction drone hub. This is the thing that sends out these little drones that builds things. We've got our Prometheus lander. So this is presumably the first thing that landed from the colony ship up top. It can host up to 16 inhabitants. We've got some storage module, a little solar module over here, a proper solar panel there, a life support module over here, which is presumably providing, I don't know, oxygen or something, I don't know. Solar, storage, oxygen regular module, storage module. So this is like the initial setup of the base. You've also got these corridors, and you can actually look at people. Here's Jack Sharma over here. He's only 63% happy. He's perfectly healthy. He lives in the Prometheus lander. He's walking to work, and he works at the geothermal generator. So down here we've got our power, currently in use 24, currently available 230. Pretty good. Over here we've got nanites, which is what we use to construct everything. Here we've got population, as well as happiness. Let me put a pause here for a second. We only have 51% happiness, lots of unhappy people. We are playing on insane difficulty, so it's going to be more likely to happen. We've got 28 colonists and room for 32 of them. So things are going to get filled up. Is this... Oh, the life support module is another inhabitant. Okay, so we've got... There we go. That explains the cap. Air quality is currently 99%. Water and food is low and dropping. That's what I get for like letting the game play out without doing anything over here. We do have a new mission. Mission to build a water pump. And we'll get a reward of a few nanites there. I think that's probably fine to do since it is going down as is. So the terrain color indicates maybe how much water we could get. Looks like about 10.8 is about as much as we can expect right at this moment. So we're going to go ahead and put it there. You can also see the lines being drawn as to where workers will come from to work here. So we're going to get that down. We're also going to need some farming real soon. So we're going to get a farm here. We got a few different crops that we can grow. The more fertile territories over there. Oh, we can... What was it here? Some rice can grow over here not bad at a rate of 4. You know, it doesn't get substantially higher than that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to extend this hallway over this way into the fertile area. Barley, broccoli, corn. We can grow a fair bit of quinoa. I think we can eat it as is. Alright, we can make a little rice farm over here just to use that space. We'll start with that, and then we'll extend it out this way afterwards. Prioritize this and that over the hallways. I don't believe there's any terraforming mechanics. There's a lot of different ways to farm. There's then a lot of ways to process the food into further goods. You know, bread, there's alien crops you can grow, although you really have to sort of do some research before you can work with them. The water pump, that's about to finish soon. There we go, reward there. We are still a little bit low on both. Water is going up. Okay, 8.1 per colonist, 8.2 per colonist. That's good. Even though we still have a negative, although I think that's changing over time as it averages out. Food's currently going up and should be okay. Now, it's worth noting farms cannot grow in the winter. They only operate in the summer. New mission available. Build an iron mine. So there is indeed an iron deposit over here. Iron can be processed into more nanites for more construction. So let's get that going right away so that we don't run out of stuff early on. Build an iron mine there. I suspect we'll probably get a mission to build a nanite factory afterwards. It's a little anno, it's a little banished. I mean, it doesn't have the sort of big production map. Like, it doesn't have a big map like Anno does, and like multiple bases and things like that. But it's got some of those kind of elements. So we're just gonna wait for the next mission to kick in. What's our work rate? 73% of job is filled. Yeah. So we're adding more industry, but we don't actually have the population base for all of them.
A new mission is available.
There you go. Build a nanite processor.
Your colony could benefit.
Build 2
from
quinoa
higher
farms
level of
or
food
greenhouses. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go and I will indeed set up a nanite processor over here. I'll just tuck it in there. It doesn't really matter. I'll tuck it in there. That way, the iron that we get out of the iron mine will then be processed into nanites, which means we can keep building things going forward. So that's going to be important. After that gets set up, I'll probably plop down the 2 quinoa farms, because we do need more farming, and we get a reward of some barley there, which is good. So our food per colonist is still relatively low. I need my soda. Da 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 da. Game sound is pretty low. I do have the game sound set relatively low. We'll put it up a little bit. You guys will let me know if it becomes too loud. Let me see here. I mean, I could put up the sound effects. Maybe a little bit more music. There we go. I don't want to overwhelm things. Okay, reward for making nanites was more nanites to build things, which is great. And yeah, I guess we'll put down the quinoa farms. Now, here's the thing. There's different tiers of building here. And you can upgrade an existing building to the higher tier. So we could spend some nanites to upgrade this farm to the next tier up. What's nice about that is it doesn't require any more power or any more people, but it does produce more. It costs you nanites to do, and we don't have a ton to do right now. So I'll probably, just in order to complete the quest, I'll probably go ahead and just build the baseline versions. You get a little higher here, but I think I'm going to build one here and then one up a little bit more. I'm going to wait for the farming plots to get put down. I could also build greenhouses. They need a lot more power and a lot more nanites. Maybe what I'll do, I'll build one farm and one greenhouse. Greenhouses produce food at 50% efficiency in the winter, as opposed to 0. There we go, greenhouse with quinoa, and we'll put it right over there. Bam. You have max 2 workers? I don't know what you mean. I mean, were you looking at this farm? This farm's only got 2 workers because we don't have enough overall. Too much quinoa. I'm not a fan of quinoa, personally. Not a fan. I know it's like, you know, like, ooh, quinoa salad and this and that. I'm like, no. I don't know why I don't like it, but I'm not a fan. Can I reach this? No, it's out of range. So there's going to be some cargo pods every now and again. We got more geothermals. What else we got kicking around? We've got another iron deposit. More iron deposits over here as well. More geothermal. Well, power is going to be pretty good. Oh, another cargo pod. So we'll have to expand our range there. So we've completed our mission for that. We get a reward.
I'm pleased with
Excellent.
the progress of your colony. You may select one of the following resources.
I think I'm just going to go for more nanites here. So every now and again, you get, for hitting certain milestones, you get a reward and you get to pick something. I think we've got plenty of food growing for our population. I think that's going to be quite fine. Potash can be used to grow food faster by using it as a fertilizer, but we'll just take more nanites, even though we're producing some, so we can build more stuff a little bit faster. Now, I don't want to overbuild too quickly, but I think the next thing to do would be to set up so that we could have more people. Because we're going to need more workers. Because, again, right now, only 50% jobs filled. So we need more population.
I'd like to recommend that you increase the amount of residential space in your colony.
And I was going to say, that's going to mean 2 things. 1, we're going to need more room for people. And then 2, we're going to have to build an intake spot. So we've got a mission to build a couple of outposts. Outposts fit 16 people per. They're relatively cheap and power efficient for that, but they can't be upgraded to higher versions. They're also tiny. They're just a 1x1 square here. So I will, in fact, build an outpost there, because then people can walk to these jobs a little easier. People are pretty good about reorganizing where they work based on proximity of where they live. People also get kind of cranky if they have to walk far to get to their job. So we'll do that. I'll drop another one there for the reward. And then actually we will be out of nanites. And we're not getting a nanite reward for this, right? I'm wondering if I should have canceled this one. Because we won't be able to build the immigration thing yet. 25 nanites. But we are getting them pretty quick. I think we'll be okay. Popkiller asks, when you finish Season 2 of Air United, can we expect a Season 3 or a new team? There's a possibility. I don't know exactly what's going to happen. There might be more Air United. There might be a new team. The other thing that might happen is we might wait until Football Manager 2018 comes out. Because they sometimes come out in early fall. I think it might be a little later. I think it might be sort of a November thing. In which case, that might be a little too long to wait. We'll see how it goes.
Your colony looks like it could benefit.
There you go. So you want an immigration center? Hey, I want an immigration center too. I'm gonna have to wait for more nanites to come in. We're currently sitting at 8.
Could benefit from increased storage capacity.
You want me to build a mini storage depot. So right now, our storage, we're using about half of it. And everything gets stored there, including things like water. Which is one of the things for your water pumps. You can actually tell it where to stop. So this is only pumped to about 16 per colonist, and then we'll stop pumping it just to avoid filling up too much storage, or we can make it a little higher. And yeah, if I think I agree, upgrading the nanite factory would allow us to convert things faster. It would cost us 8 nanites to do it as is. I think I'm going to wait. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to prioritize. I'm talking over the flavor text.
Help load her into the extractor.
Roger that, Jack.
It is really quiet, huh? I don't think I've got the volume mixer for the game set any lower. And we've got... There's no master audio here. I guess what I'll do is I'll increase the volume at which OBS captures the game. And you guys will have to let me know how that is. What the f... So winter is here, and we're being attacked by giant sandworms.
It appears to be some sort of giant worm creature.
That thing was not one of the species in our expedition briefing.
Well, it seems to live underground, so it's no surprise that our scanners didn't pick it up.
Should I be worried about that thing?
My scanners indicate that it appears to move in a separate tunnel network from the one you're in right now, so I think you're safe. I'll keep an eye out, but you'd better hurry it up just in case.
I appreciate that. I'll make this as quick as I can.
You see, Governor? This is why we don't go on unauthorized exploration missions on an alien planet. Especially not without proper clearance and backup. I'm sure you're not the sort of person who would engage in that kind of reckless behavior, but do make sure your colonists are aware of the danger of these sorts of spontaneous...
It's a diggy hole thing. So, food is dropping because we don't grow food in winter, except for the greenhouse, which is at 50% efficiency. Now, one thing that's a little bit annoying is your farms, even in the winter, still have employees. Now, I don't know if that's something you can toggle or mess with or something like that, but... Because it seems like, well, if you don't grow in the winter, why keep, you know, people over there? Although I don't think it consumes any water or anything like that. It may still use electricity. But that's about it. So I'm going to go ahead and bring the speed up, just so that we can get to our 25 nanites, put down our immigration center, and we can start getting new people, which is good, because a lot of our buildings are much less than an efficient, like, they're working at like 40% efficiency. I'm going to put it here, because then I've still got room to extend this hallway this way. There we go. Now we really got the core function of our base. Whatever you do, don't anger Shai Hulud. Click the luggage icon to increase or decrease number of employees. Yeah, but I mean, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it manually. So I could put it lower priority. Like, I might want to set the priority, for example, of our greenhouse to the max. That probably makes a lot of sense. We keep them. It's just that then they don't have the right to purchase things like stuff in the environment. Stop them to work by motives outside of them control, doesn't it? I'm not really parsing what you're saying, Obstark.
Your colony could benefit from a few upgrades.
Upgrade a farm or greenhouse? I would love to
I
do
have a
that.
special assignment.
Rate population 50. You'll give me some pasta for it. Excellent. So, upgrading sounds great. I think we specifically want me to upgrade a farm or greenhouse. So we're going to upgrade this greenhouse. 69% more food production. Get that going on there. Food is currently increasing. So, I think we're going to be okay. And that's despite the fact that, well, I guess winter is over. No, we're still in winter season. Hour 39 of 56. So, each soul here lasts 56 hours, I believe. That's each day on this planet, but half of it is in winter. You know. Oh! Lightning strikes! Did we take damage? No. Oh, a little bit here and there. Although some of it just decays on its own. You can, when it gets lower, you can instruct things to get repaired. You can also pass a policy for auto repairs as well, which is kind of handy.
Well done. I'm
Another
pleased
reward.
with the progress of your colony. You may select one of the following resources.
I'm gonna go for more immigrants. Because again, I'm just super shy on my jobs. Now, people are getting kind of cranky about things. We're gonna have to see if we can't fix that soon. I'm gonna build the mini storage depot, because we've had that mission for a little bit. We'll get that down there. And I think now is the time to upgrade the nanite processor, as soon as we've got enough nanites for that. Oh, we actually don't have any metal. So we actually might want to upgrade the mine first. Because, yeah, our nanite production is being stopped by how much metal we've got kicking around. We could also increase the priority of workers here. Objective complete.
We have some thoughts on how to best expand
I
your
will look to build a second construction hub soon. So, this building here is what sends out the drones that build things and repair things. They can also grab loot from these cargo pods, but only if they're within range, which right now, our range is that. So, not quite enough. Max workers of Immigration Center for faster pop growth. Yes, thank you. I was wondering, like, what determined how many colonists you got per trip. It makes sense that it's the Immigration Center. Yes, keep that max. Thank you very much. That's great advice. Cheers. So, I will be... Because this can't be upgraded, right? I think I will be looking to upgrade the mine. I mean, we could set more priority here, but, I mean, then at that point, it's sort of taking too many citizens away from too many things. So we need 12... And yeah, the only thing holding it back is how much material you've got. There we go. Upgrade you. There you go. First colonists have arrived. Okay, 3 immigrants were on that ship. The next one should have 9, though. Dropship unloading. Dropship loading. Some people might also leave, too, if they're unhappy. They could immigrate away. I can set a policy. So we've got... first of all, we got overlays here. Showing things that are decreasing air quality and what your overall air quality is. You know, there's lots of different stats. There's also laws you can set, including turning off the ability to consume certain types of food if you maybe need it for trading. Power and policies, so you could later on ban immigration, ban emigration. Free gaming consoles. This does have another upgrade level, which might be worthwhile. Because again, we still don't have a backlog of iron. Real Canadians always accept immigrants. You know, it's interesting. There's this whole controversy over the U.S. changing their immigration laws to use a point-based system. And Canada has a point-based system for immigration. So, you know, it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of funny that there's like that sort of, you know, oh, Canada's so much better about it. It's like, well, it's a little more complicated than that, as it turns out. Although I don't think that applies to refugees. So, there we go. Hopefully. So you're mining at 0.56 per hour. And the conversion... I don't know how much it would use. Like, I don't know what the balance is. It does look like it's still sitting idle,
Jack,
though. So I might want to increase the priority a little bit.
Ready to begin the extraction.
Why are you purple? Unhappy. Ooh, these people are unhappy.
Jack, are you there?
I'm here, Vori. I've got Calandra loaded in now. Vital signs are normal, mild concussion, but I've got her on a rebreather and she's doing fine.
I can understand Calandra's curiosity, but I'll have to speak with her about unauthorized solo expeditions.
I'm glad it's somebody else that's getting in trouble for a change. But there's something else.
Yeah, what is it?
There were signs of a struggle.
Signs? What sort of signs?
There were a few puncture marks on the suit. And it wasn't one of those sandworms.
All right, given her status, I'm recommending immediate return to the colony ship for analysis.
Roger that. One more thing.
Needs more amenities. Yeah,
Looks like
we'll farm
Calandra
some
found
spices
something
soon.
down there, some
The
kind of
spices must
object.
flow.
She was holding it in her hand when we loaded her onto the medevac. It's like a cube.
Okay. Well, I'm sure it's just some piece of equipment.
I don't think so, Vori. It's not man-made, and none of us have been down there.
Okay, what I just heard was not man-made. Jack, knock it off. Stop pulling my leg.
Vori, as much as I do enjoy tomfoolery and shenanigans, as you're so fond of saying, I can assure you that this is neither.
Then I admit that that's peculiar. All right, bring it back with you. We'll subject it to
Lola, I have
further
been building
analysis
tunnels.
back at the colony ship.
Roger that.
See all the
Over
tunnels? This is already like this. So, one of the things is, people walk along these tunnels. The tunnels are sort of like, why would you build them? They cost 2 nanites and require 1 power. Well, you build them because, while people can walk through buildings to get places, walking along tunnels is faster, and one of the things that leads to unhappiness as well is how long it takes to get places. This commute timer over here. People can get cranky if it's too long.